Hey, football fans, this is Gary Greene, longtime sports handicapper and professional sports bettor here in Las Vegas for the past 35 years, and this is your Gary Wins videos. This is the NFL Week 12 betting nuggets of the week, and we'll start off with the Chicago Bears. Big difference from what we saw for most of the season once they got rid of the offensive coordinator. New offensive coordinator for the first time last week, Brown. Did a much better job, got Williams in much better position to succeed. They had a chance to win the game. They blew it at the end, but the bottom line, the best offensive performance I've seen out of the Bears in a long time. When we're looking at this game, though, they're going to have a much more difficult time this week going against the Vikings defense, who, if you've been watching these videos, you know I'm really high on this Flores-led defense. The play calling's electric, the blitzing. I think they'll be able to get to Williams, get at least 3-4 sacks on him. So tougher opponent this week. Now, the last 5 games between the Vikings and the Bears at Soldier Field, all 5 have gone under the posted total. Next up, we have the Lions, the only undefeated road team left in the NFL at 5-0. They're going to go against the Colts defense, folks, that we already know what the Lions offense is doing right now. They're clicking on all cylinders. But they're going against a Colts defense that's been on the field for a staggering 33.5 minutes per game. That's second in the NFL. And it's getting to the last quarter part of the season, so tired legs are going to come into play. I talk about them a lot in college football, but this is not a good situation for this defense of the Colts, the way the Lions offense is clicking. But if you're going to bet this game and you're looking at it, can the Colts hang in there and go point for point? I don't know about point for point enough to win, but they can definitely score enough points to at least make this competitive for one reason. Since the Lions Hutchinson's gone out, the pass rush has dropped off, and it put a lot more pressure on the secondary, especially like new young guys. So I've watched on tape. They've been out of position. They play a little bit too far back. They're giving up a lot of plays, so sometimes the defense is on the field longer than the offense is. And this is a situation where it's really important for the Colts to get Richardson involved in the game. I would expect that if they get not enough pass rush, this is the type of team that he can at least do some good things. So I would expect a good effort out of the Colts in this one, maybe be more of a higher scoring game. Next one is one of the better games, too. Another electric game on Sunday in Miami as the Patriots take on Miami. Now, Miami is still in this race. It's amazing with their poor record, but two tails for this Miami team. With Tua, without Tua at quarterback. And with Tua at quarterback, it's about 28-point-a-game team. The offense is clicking. Tua is good. The offensive line has played a little better. It seems like they play better for him than they do the backups. Now, of course, you have to be able to be quick with the ball. He's quick getting the ball out of his hands. Now, I believe that Hill will have a big day on Sunday. And the reason is that the Patriots defense has just not been good. And in the last 5 games, they forced 1 turnover. You cannot do that and win. And that's why this team's not winning games, even though May has played pretty decent. And when you look at final scores, it looks like May is not really doing good. He's actually been good. In fact, you're going to have the top 2 passers of throwing on-target passes. You're looking at 2 guys that are going to hit their receivers when they're open. The Patriots are playing back. I expect that Tua is going to complete over 30 passes with this situation, but I think Hill's going to have the big day. I think he's going to finally go over 100 yards and maybe even get a couple of touchdowns. Should be a good fun one to watch. Next up, Tampa Bay at New York. Tampa Bay comes in fresh. New York is in just complete gutter mode right now. This is a team that had to get rid of Jones, which I don't have any problem with because they don't want to eat $26 million if he gets hurt the rest of the year. But this team just doesn't have it right now, and I don't know if they're even trying to win at this point. DeVito, all the talk on the news all week has been that how he came in last year and he won 3 straight games. He got sacked 1,000,000 times. The bottom line was the defense had 12 turnovers in the first 3 games. That's why they won, not really because of him. And then as soon as they stopped doing that, he tailed off because he sucked. So I don't expect a whole lot from him. Now, Tampa Bay's defense is the one defense that I wish he wasn't going against because Todd Bowles if you watch my videos, one of the worst defensive play callers. And the good news for Tampa Bay, they will get one of their top cornerbacks, Dean, if not their best cornerback, back in the lineup. That's huge. That'll be a big help for them. I wouldn't want to bet against Mayfield now that you have Evans back healthy. He's going to have a nice day here against this Giants secondary. I expect that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers now back in the race, even with a poor record. So don't look at this record. They still have a chance to win their division. You don't want to be betting against them. But I wouldn't take the Giants this week if they were getting double-digit points. Next up, we have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Carolina Panthers. Now, Carolina, the offense looks a little bit better the last few weeks, surprisingly. Young has led him to a couple victories, but he's got one touchdown. It's not like he's clicking. The difference, which helped him a lot, was the running back, Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard is now rushed for over 100 yards 3 straight weeks. He ain't rushing for 100 yards against Kansas City's defense, so that's going to put a lot of excess pressure. The Mahomes kid, he's a good quarterback. We know that. They're coming off a loss. Very rare. Andy Reid off a loss, 7-2 against the spread. Mahomes undefeated against that division in the NFC. Carolina, all 7 losses this year by 10 points or more. In fact, their last 4 losses are by an average of 23 points or more. Boy, you certainly don't want to play a Kansas City team that's one of the 2 or 3 best against the run when that's your only weapon. This could be another disaster for Bryce Young. Next up, Houston at Tennessee. And the Texans will go against the Titan defense that I've talked to you week after week after week. I love this defense. It's fantastic. You would never know it because the offense sucks so bad they don't help them at all. But this is a defense right now that's only allowing 164 yards passing per game. If they can get some good pressure on, which they should be able to against the Texans' porous offensive line, Stroud could struggle. Stroud has struggled a lot this year because the offensive line's been not too good. Now he's going against really the best defense he's faced all year. So I don't see the Titans, though, running the ball also on this Houston defense. So Levis, the quarterback for Tennessee, no wins yet this year. There's a reason. He's just not that good. He cannot go to the line of scrimmage and expose a defense for a mistake that they're making. He can't get out of a read that was called in, and he overthrows everybody. It's just a tough situation for the offense right now. They're not clicking at all. I don't expect them to click in this one. This game could be more to the lower scoring type of games. Next up, the Broncos at the Raiders. Now, the Denver Broncos have lost 4 straight at this beautiful facility here in Las Vegas that the Raiders own. And this year is the year I think they're going to get over that because the Denver Broncos right now are gelling not on offense, just on offense, but on defense. I've loved the defense all year, but now Bo Nix, like I said, I didn't have a high rating on him in the beginning of the year, but this kid's just playing off the charts. You got to give him a lot of credit. He's been great. Sean Payton's done a great job play calling for him. This is a team, though, Denver, in their wins, in their red zone scoring touchdowns, 16 touchdowns and 21 red zone trips. The Raiders defense out of position last week at the end of the game, just left the Miami. They fought back, and then they have Miami's tight end just wide open. No one within 30 yards of him for an easy pitch and catch for a touchdown to end that game. And the bottom line here is the Raiders allow their opponents in the red zone to score a touchdown 75% of the time. So safe to say that the Raiders also will not be running the ball against this Denver defense. That's going to put a whole lot of pressure on a quarterback that's not been good, no matter who it's been. Offensive line's not been good. They don't have the wide receiver talent right now. It's all Brock Bowers. All they have to do, basically, Denver, is just make sure they double up Bowers. And if he doesn't have 10 catches for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, the Raiders will not stay in that game. And our last nugget of the week is going to be Arizona at Seattle. And this is a gigantic game that no one's even talking about, really. But 6-4 Arizona, 5-5 Seattle. This game with San Francisco just crumbling, and now Purdy out this week for San Francisco. They could lose another game, which means that these two teams play twice in the next 3 weeks. These 2 games could decide the division. Now, Arizona or first for Seattle, you have Geno Smith coming off basically one of his best two passing games of the year last week. So he's got a little bit of momentum. He's got receivers. I mean, he's got receivers that are upper tier, the top 3, 4 in the whole league. So he should be always able to pass the ball. Now, they lost their center, retired abruptly before last week's game, and they played their best game on offense. They musical chairs, which I would have never have thought would have happened, and they played very well. So they're going to now face an Arizona pass rush that is just not good. And they don't get any pass rush on the quarterback, so I expect Smith to have a good game. Now, as far as Arizona goes, they should be able to move the ball in the air pretty easily. I would expect that this game could be an exciting game as well. But the last 5 times that Arizona quarterback Murray has faced Seattle, he's lost all 5. So this is a team that's, I thought they caught the bye at the wrong time because they were going into the bye red hot. They could have just been better off staying in there. But rest always helps at this time of the year. Seattle, again, the defense has been up and down. The offense has been up and down. But again, I like Geno Smith for the most part because I really believe he has weapons. If the offensive line could hold up, which I expect they should here in this game, this could be the makings of an exciting game as well on Sunday. So that's your NFL betting nuggets for week number 12. Make sure you check out my videos as well soon. I will post them up for the Sunday and Monday night game. We have 2 fantastic games. We had a great video up for the Cleveland-Pittsburgh game. I was basically dead on in that one, and hopefully I'll give you a full preview and a pick for at least one of those 2, and we'll get a prop bet. We're going to test our 10-0 prop bets here on the videos on one of those 2 games. We'll get you a good prop bet to try to go 11-0. So hopefully everybody have a great weekend. May all your wagers be winning ones, and don't forget to bookmark us and save us to check out all our Gary Wins videos all season long. Have a great weekend, folks.